So yesterday I saw this article post and I thought, wow, how quickly the narrative has changed, and especially from someone like Donny Cates. See, just last year, these people were working on a narrative that comic books industry was just fine. I mean, seriously, relax, man. I've been working in the industry and have for a long time. We're doing fine. I promise. People have been saying comics were dying since there have been comics. It's all okay. I think a lot of that has to do with having something to blame on the outside, too, because no longer do they have to say, maybe we caused this, maybe we ran off the customer. No, it's this external thing, so of course, somebody needs to help out the industry, and if you don't, well, you know the answer to that, too. So hey there, so today, you and I are going to return to that wonderful world of comic books, but before we begin, let me say this, and I will put it in every video. I hope you and yours are doing okay in this time of uncertainty, but if you're not, if you do not have basic necessities, make sure to ask people for them. If you can't find anyone locally, ask someone like myself. I will try to help. I can't promise anything, but we have had dozens of people so far asking for things like bread, like canned goods, like baby formula. Those things we should be able to get together and get for people because we're all in this together, and sincerely, from my family to yours, we do love and appreciate you. So the first thing I think you need to do when you talk about the current market is to really dispel the rumor that the problems they just started now, because you know what's going to happen. Now is going to get a bailout sooner or later, and this fall off, it's been going on for quite some time. If you look at articles like this, for example, talking about the North American comic book market's decline, this happened in 2017, when a lot of this stuff, it became very, very prominent. You can see, too, in this, that digital sales, they're flat. You're not really going to make money that way. That's been one of the new answers out there, that the market falls off 10% in the comic book channel. Bookstores, they have a specific decline, so you're not making any headway. The same thing happens in 2018, and then the prices, they go through the roof. So in 2019, you make money, but demand, it keeps falling off, and you know what? It's still falling off to this day. Now, there are certain prime examples of this, too. Like, take IDW, for example. They are the fourth largest publisher of comic books and one entity that is publicly traded, and you can break down and see how much money they're losing and how much money they're losing on comics. So in fiscal year 2017, they start to lose money. Fiscal year 2018, if you look at the amount of money they start losing per year, it is astronomical. Again, looking at this level, you see the brackets, so that means loss. They were losing $36 million 2018. 2019, they lost $26.4 million. This year, they've lost over $6 million. And in just comic books alone, they were losing about $3 million plus a year. That guy that's been begging at the beginning, but was also telling us the market is fine, he is one of the prime examples of what drives away consumers. And here is the perfect example of that behavior. So the first thing that this article from Bleeding Cool, of all places, points out is the fact that he's going to come out and he's going to attack consumers. You can see this person talking about how they had gotten assigned Donny Cates Ghostwriter #1. It's going to go on their wall. You know, they're excited about all of this. They tag in Comicsgate. They tag in hashtag Move the Needle, which is essentially them saying, I'm boycotting. I'm not boycotting. I'm showing you what I like, you know, and I'm buying comics and I'm posting them. Here's another person doing the same thing. Hey, Move the Needle, Comicsgate, Death of Humans #2. Donny Cates nails it again. This is one of the most I've ever cared about the Inhumans. Only 2 issues in. I'm loving it. Here's another person talking about the professionalism with him. You know, he's a prince. More pros should be like him. Turning my 100% Marvel boycott into a 99% Marvel boycott to make an exception for his book. So one day, Donny Cates gets in an argument with Venom shippers. They're basically people that want to put Venom, you know, the symbiote, and Eddie Brock into a relationship with one another. And you know what? That doesn't go very well right off the bat. He gets blamed for bullying and on, and he doesn't like the way that looks. He doesn't like it, and he apologizes. But you know, while all that this is going on, some people that are associated with Comicsgate, they actually stick up for him. Big mistake. You know why? Because the guy that is supposed to be uber professional, he decides to denounce Comicsgate. I'm so sorry that I haven't come out against Comicsgate stuff before now. I don't have a good excuse except that I try and keep my timeline casual and fun. But no one is going to use my art to promote something that has attacked my friends. I'm not about that. Full stop. So essentially as a way to back out of being called a bully because he's actually calling out shippers, he decides to turn on other fans because, hey, that's the easy way out. And you know what? He's never stopped from there because internet clout allows it. Now, behind the scenes, too, he's attached to people like Tim Doyle, who are not only doxers, who not only attack people all the time, but try to ruin them, try to defame them, try to cost them jobs and on. Great people, huh? So here's one of dozens and dozens of examples of Tim Doyle going out and trying to destroy someone. In this case, Donald DeLay. Donald DeLay, he had this terrible wrong-think opinion where he didn't want to call someone an ist, and because of that, Tess Fowler, associated with IDW and many other companies, and Tam Von Villen, this is a person associated with Marvel and on, get together and talk about actively gatekeeping the guy out of the industry right here in front of everyone. If comic pros defend hate campaigns, they've already too far gone. Save your energy for other fights. You can't save them. Hold your ground. Let them go. Talking about expelling them out of comics. Sometimes you have to discuss not for the person you're talking to, but for the people looking on. Give them a shovel, let them dig, see how far down they go, and make it harder for them to deny. Basically, you're never coming back there. You're going to dig a hole, and we're going to bury you. I was actually trying. Silly me. I should have known better. I think we can also make good faith attempts to reach people that are colleagues and peers and try to clear things up. If they clarify their positions, and it is what we thought, okay, done with them. That was the case tonight. Didn't call that guy an ist when they clarified that position. Yeah, we're done with you. You're not a colleague anymore. I think you both give the enemy too much credit. The enemy. If it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, shut the door on it and let folks know not to open it again. Wash your hands of it. The evidence is there. People don't care at all. Shut the door on it. Keep it out of the industry. My problem is I got a couple of them, kids mostly, to totally come around and realize what was going on. Now I think I can do that with others. By all means, save who you can. Like I said, actively gatekeeping people out of the industry. Great folks, huh? Now, another thing that Donny Cates absolutely loves doing is disparaging people and then blocking them. You can see this simply by doing a search of the word block. You'll have him calling people dummies. Lots of dummies out there trying to get blocked tonight. I'm happy to help. And he's chasing those likes. I'm not saying either that blocking is bad. There's some repugnant people out there that you shouldn't have to deal with. But these people, they do it wholesale. And the reason that they do it is because people ask them for professionalism. They ask them for customer service. And these folks, they do not want to deliver on that at all. Now, throughout all of that, these people, they've never had to worry about their job. They've never had to worry about how they treat consumers. You can go out, block tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, and hey, that's okay. Just spit in their face and keep going because Marvel, DC Comics, they won't do anything about it. And now, just like in this tweet here, where if you don't go out and you don't interact a certain way, you don't want to save our jobs, you're literal scum, F every single one of you, get effed. Thanks, much love. You see this passed off onto Hollywood, who interestingly enough is having its own problems, but hey, why don't you come here and help out all us comics folks? So Donny Cates says, it would be pretty amazing if even one of the actors who became multi-millionaires would give a little something back to help the shops and creators who enabled them to have their lives. Hashtags just saying. The creators. So you want someone someone else to give you something. When what have you done for the industry? You've chased off consumers. You've put them in their place while denigrating them. You've basically said repeatedly that this industry does not need your money. Why do they suddenly need that money now? Moreover, you have sources like CBR, which are part of the mainstream comic book press that have taken adversarial positions against consumers in the past, now giving all of this backpats. It's interesting. Now they think you should give up your money. They think other people should bail out the industry because they pretend that now is when the problems were made manifest. No, they were made manifest years ago. It's just that no one wanted to see that. And now, when there's this great need, oh my God, help us out, please. And if you don't, well, F every single one of you. Isn't that fascinating? But anyway, you tell me what you think about this stuff. So in closing, I want to say thank you for showing up. Thank you for making this stuff work. You make endeavors possible. Not enough people thank you for your time. I do want to thank you for it. I do not want to monopolize it either. If you like this content, want to subscribe to the channel, you know that drill by now. But like I said, I just wanted to thank you for being here and to say, if you want to catch other stuff, it'll be coming up. And again, thank you. We appreciate you.